Typically, when a standard cost system is being used in a manufacturing or service firm, a direct labor rate variance and a direct labor efficiency variance are determined for employees directly involved in the creation of the organization's product or service. These variances are computed in a manner very similar to the materials price and quantity variances. We will now continue our boat manufacturing example to illustrate how labor variances are computed. Recall that the standard costs for the boat are as follows. For our boat, the standard cost indicates that the standard direct labor rate per boat is 80 hours at $20 per hour. Actual labor used during the year to make 100 boats was 7,880 hours at an average rate of $20.50 per hour. It looks like we paid more for direct labor than we had planned. We can break this overall unfavorable variance down into its two parts, rate and efficiency. A labor rate variance is a price variance. It shows the difference between standard and actual wage rates. Unfavorable labor rate variances may occur when skilled workers with high hourly pay rates are placed in jobs intended for less skilled or lower wage rate employees, or when employees work overtime at premium pay, such as time and a half or double time. Conversely, favorable labor rate variances occur when less skilled or lower wage rate employees perform duties intended for higher paid workers. The labor rate variances computed by subtracting the hourly rate that should have been paid from the rate that was paid and multiplying the result by the actual hours used as follows. This unfavorable variance resulted from our paying more than was expected. As this variance indicates, the 50-cent difference between the standard wage rate and the actual average wage rate results in $3,940 more being spent than was expected, given the actual number of direct labor hours used. Management now needs to determine whether the variance should be investigated. Depending on the company's hiring policies and the degree of authority given to the operating manager in setting wage rates and assigning workers to particular jobs, the operating manager may or may not be responsible for this labor rate variance. This is because labor rates are often the responsibility of the personnel manager who makes hiring and staffing decisions. The labor efficiency variance is a quantity variance. It measures the cost or benefit of using labor for more or fewer hours than prescribed by the standard. Computed in the same manner as the materials quantity variance, the labor efficiency variance computation is as follows, with the F indicating that a favorable variance resulted from the company using fewer hours than was expected. Note that total standard hours are computed by multiplying the standard hours per boat by the actual number of boats produced. That is, 80 hours times 100 boats equals 8,000 standard hours. The manufacturing division used 120 less direct labor hours than the standard allowed for the actual production output, which resulted in a favorable efficiency variance of $2,400, or the 120 hours times $20 per hour. The labor efficiency variance shows how efficiently the workers performed, which is an important measure of the productivity of the department. This variance might be unfavorable for a variety of reasons, including poorly trained employees, poor quality materials that require extra processing time, old or faulty equipment, and improper supervision of employees. The labor efficiency variance is usually watched very closely by most organizations. Again, note that the two variances add up to the total difference computed earlier. The advantage in breaking down the total difference into its rate and efficiency components is that it helps us determine who to speak with about the differences. Different people control the different variances. Now, let's talk about controlling those variances.